Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Bible Stories. This show is rated A for awesome. Mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. So, don't let your kids watch this shit, yo. Right? Can't believe I gotta say that. Ugh. Oi. Anyway, welcome. Take your pills. We are not even that late. Take your pills. Then pack a bowl, grab your smokes, kick back, get comfy, grab your bedtime beverage, your nightly reward for keeping other people alive, and then let's smoke it, drink it, read it. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're on Maccabees 14, and he's talking about, I believe it's the brothers from Assyria, but the brothers from Assyria and the seven brothers, I don't know, somehow their stories bleeded in together at the end of chapter 13. I will show you. I will show you, I think. Oh, I think so. Okay, right here. Okay. Since they. God bless America. Just. God bless America. Okay. So. Okay. Right, okay, so this is the three brothers, and they didn't want to be put to shame, right? So, okay, this is about the three brothers from Syria. Now, to keep going. Furthermore, they encourage them to face the torture so that they not only despise their agonies but also master the emotions of brotherly love. See, the temperament of these people really sounds like Asians, like Japanese and stuff. I don't know. Oh, reason! More royal than kings and freer than free. Oh, sacred and harmonious concord of the seven brothers on behalf of religion. No, this should be the law on behalf of the law. See, this guy. I don't think this is written in the Old Testament time. This is not an Old Testament word. I'm sorry, but it's not. In the Old Testament, they would have called it the law. Look at that. Look at that. You're reading this, and that's great. But here's a coupon. Coupon for tampons. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, none of the seven youths prove coward or shrank from death. See, okay, so it was about the seven brothers. What about the three brothers from Assyria? See, I can't take life. Okay, so none of the seven were cowards or shrank from death, but all of them, as though running the course towards immortality, hastened death by torture. Just as the hands and feet are moved in harmony with the guidance of the mind, so those holy youths, as though moved by immortal spirit of devotion, agreed to go to death for its sake. For the law. Not reason, it's the law. This is not a priest that wrote this. Oh, most holy seven brothers in harmony. Yeah, what are their names then? For just as the 7 days of creation move and choral dance around religion, the law. See, this is not Old Testament. I'm sorry, but it's not. This is not an Old Testament word. So these youths, these dudes, forming a chorus, encircled the sevenfold fear of tortures and dissolved it. Even now, we ourselves shudder as we hear the suffering of these young men. Yeah, you think you could have wrote it any more torturously, dude? That shit was terrible. Anyway, they not only saw what was happening, not only heard the direct word of threat, but also bore the sufferings patiently and in agonies of fire at that. But that was fucked up. They steady fucked up. I was steady mobbing in my raincoat. That was so fucked up. I needed water. What could be more excruciating painful than this? Reading about it. Yeah, reading about it. That shit was terrible. Anyway, for the power of fire is intense and swift, and it consumed their bodies quickly. Not exactly. I heard it takes 7 minutes. I don't know that for certain, but I heard it takes 7 minutes. Do not consider it amazing that reason had full command over these men and their tortures, since the mind of a woman despised even more diverse agonies. What? What does that mean? What does that mean, though? Like, seriously. I don't know what that means. Since the mind of a woman despised even more diverse agonies. Yeah, they did some fucked up shit to women. I just want to say that. Hi, Super.
Hi.
Did you know that they tortured women's nipples in old evil days?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit was terrible.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for being a woman.
That's not exactly true. Well, some women are evil. And if women are pushed to a certain point, all women can be evil. Some women are just born evil. Like me. I was born evil. Oh, yeah, are you trying to use any of that stuff?
Oh?
Oh, okay, because it's all shut off.
Sorry.
What do you need? Hold on.
It's fine. It's fine. Got it. And the microwave will shut off.
I can turn it back on.
It's fine. I said it's fine.
Okay. I love you.
Okay.
So, are you still on the phone with Dave the boy toy?
Yeah.
Tell him I said hi. Oh, I have no idea what she just said. It was something like, yeah, I'm a teenager and I suck. Oh, something like that. Anyway, so the woman torture. That's right. For the mother of this son, 7 young men bore up under the rackings each one of her children. Hold on. Mother of the 7 men. Okay. Observe how complex a mother's love for her children, which draws everything toward an emotion felt in her innermost parts. Even unreasoning animals, as well as human beings, have a sympathy and a parental love for their offspring. For example, among birds, the ones that are tame protect their young by building up on housetops, and the others by building in precipitous chasms and in holes and tops of trees, hatch the nestlings and ward off the intruder. If they are not able to keep the intruder away, they do what they can to help their young by flying in circles around them in the anguish of love, warning them with their own calls. And why is it necessary to demonstrate sympathy for children by the example of unreasoning animals? Since even bees, at the time for making honeycombs, defend themselves against intruders, and as though with an iron dart, sting those who approach their hive and defend it to death. But sympathy for her children did not sway the mother of the young men. She was of the same mind as Abe. Dun dun dun. Chapter 15. Okay, I will be right back. All right, so chapter 15. Okay. Oh, the children. Oh, reason of the children. Tyrant over the emotions. Oh, religion. More desirable to the mother than her children. I don't know why he would use this example because it's the law. It's not reason, it's the law. The law is. Mm-mm. 2 courses were open to this mother, that of religion, you mean the law, and that of preserving her 7 sons for a short time, as the tyrant had promised. She loved the law more, the law that preserves them for eternal life, according to God's promise. You almost had that right, writer of Maccabees. You almost had that right. In the manner, in what manner might I express the emotions of parents who love their children? We impress upon the character of a small child a wondrous like of mind and of form. Especially is this true of mothers, who, because of their birth pangs, have deeper sympathy toward their offsprings than the fathers do. Considering what considering that mothers are the weaker sex and give birth to many, they are more devoted to their children. The fuck? Have you ever met a woman? I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Nah, they may be. No, I can't even say that because they are a strong protector. Maybe the more, not weaker, but the more emotional sex. Like women are way more emotional. That makes them stronger, you know. Emotions give you a reason. Emotions are how you know what your purpose is. What do you feel a strong need for? Go for that. But you don't got to do it like a progressive. The mother of the 7 boys, more than any other mother, loved her children. In 7 pregnancies, she implanted in herself tender love toward them. Can you really implant that though? Like, is that something you can give yourself? I'm pretty sure that's something you just have. Or if you're supposed to give that to yourself, nobody ever gave it to me. And because of the many pains she suffered, with each of them, she had sympathy for them. Yet, because of the fear of God, she disdained the temporary safety of her children. Not only so, but also because of the nobility of her sons and their ready obedience to the law. You got it right that time. She felt a greater tenderness toward them, for they were righteous and self controlled, brave and magnanimous, and loved their brothers and their mother, so that they obeyed her even to death in keeping the ordinances. Nevertheless, though many factors influenced the mother to suffer with them out of love for her children, in case in the case of none of them were the various tortures strong enough to pervert her reason. But each child separately and together, the mother urged on to death for the law. The law. How hard is it to write the law right there? Because it's the law. Oh, sacred nature and affection of parental love, yearning of parents toward offspring, nurture, indomitable suffering by mothers, indomitable suffering. This mother who saw them tortured and burned one by one because of religion did not change her attitude. Hey, you mean the law, but okay. She watched the flesh of her children being consumed by fire, their toes and fingers scattered on the ground, and the flesh of the head to chin exposed like masks. O mother, tried now by more bitter pains than even birth pangs. You suffered for them, O woman, who alone gave birth to such complete devotion. When the firstborn breathed his last, it did not turn you aside, nor when the second in torments looked at you piteously, nor when the third had expired. Nor did you weep when you looked at the eyes of each one in his tortures, gazing boldly at the same agonies, and saw in their nostrils the sign of the approach to death. When you saw the flesh of children burned upon the flesh of the other, severed hands upon hands, scalped heads upon heads, and corpses fallen on other corpses, and when you saw the place filled with many spectators, you did not shed tears. Come on, Blue. Come on. Okay. You did not shed tears. Neither the melodies of sirens nor the songs of swans attract the attention of their hearers. Did the voice of the children in torture how great and how many torments the mother then suffered as her sons were tortured on the wheel and with hot irons. Hold on, baby. But devout reason, giving her heart a man's courage in every midst of her emotions, strengthened her to disregard for a time her parental love. Although she witnessed the destruction of her 7 children and the ingenious and various rackings of this noble mother, disregarded all of these because faith in God. For as in the council chamber of her own soul, she saw mighty advocates, nature, family, parental love, and the rackings of her children. This mother held 2 ballots, one bearing death and the other deliverance for her children. She did not approve the deliverance that would preserve the 7 sons for a short time. But as the daughter of God-fearing Abe, she remembered his fortitude. O mother of the nation, vindicator of the law, and champion of religion, who carried away the prize of the contest in your heart, O more noble than males in steadfastness, more courageous than men in endurance. Just as Noah's ark, carrying the world and the universal flood, stoutly endured the waves, so you, O guardian of the law, overwhelmed from every side by the flood of your emotions and the violent winds, the torture of your sons, and the torture of your sons endured nobly and withstood the wintry storms that assail religion. It should be the law. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so we're going to 16. 16. Okay, so it says, If then a woman advanced in years and a mother of 7 sons endured seeing, do you see that? Endured seeing her children tortured to death. It must be admitted that devout reason is sovereign over the emotions. No, it's not. I don't think that's what that means. I think it's love of the law. Love of the law is sovereign over everything. See, Jews changing shit. Thus, I have demonstrated not only that men have ruled over the emotions, but also that a woman has despised the fiercest tortures. Okay, so he's sticking up for women now? Like in like the same book, he's like, women suck. And then he's like, women rock. And like the same. The lions surrounding Daniel were not so savage, nor was the raging, fiery furnace to Mishael, Meshach, and Abednego. That is their names. I don't remember which book we were reading that I couldn't remember his name. But it's Mishael, Meshach, and Abednego, and Belteshazzar. Belteshazzar. That was Daniel's name. Okay. As was her innate parental love, was not shit like a raging fire. Inflamed as she saw her 7 sons tortured in varied ways. Wait. Nor was the raging fiery furnace of Mishael. Oh, so her parental love was hotter than the furnace of Mishael, Meshach, and Abednego. But the mother quenched so many and such great emotions by devout reason. Consider this. If this woman, though a mother, had been faint hearted, she would have mourned over them and perhaps spoken as follows. So he's about to guess what she would have said if she'd been fake. A salama fakeum. Oh, how wretched am I, and many times unhappy. After bearing 7 children, I am now the mother of none. I'm fucking free! 7 childbirths, all in vain. 7 profitless pregnancies. Fruitless nurturings and wretched nursings. I don't know if she would have said that, but okay. In vain, my sons, I endured many birth pangs for you, and the more grievous anxieties of your upbringing. You guys were dicks. Alas, for my children, some unmarried, others married, without offspring, I shall not see your children or have the happiness of being called grandmother. Hey, the freak's grandma say that shit too. You will never know what it's like to be a grandma. No, because I'm probably going to be dead. It is the greatest feeling in the world. Like, I don't, this guy, I don't know. Have you ever met my kids? They live with her. She's met them. Alas, I, who have made so many and beautiful children, am a widow and alone with many sorrows. Yeah, but you have bacon, though. Like, bacon will probably make up for it. Just kidding. Just kidding. Most of this is facetious conjecture. I'm just talking shit. And I think it is facetious conjecture. Conjecture. Yeah. So I'm talking shit awesomely. And when I die, I shall have none of my sons to bury me. But you will, lady. Some guy's gonna be like, this lady is my friend. Yet, that holy and God fearing mother did not wail with such a lament for any of them. Hey, she didn't say nothing. Nor did she dissuade any of them from dying. She's like, hey, don't die, God. No, no. She said, hey, you should die, God. Nor did she grieve as they were dying. Like, sorry about your luck. Just kidding. On the contrary, as though having a mind made of vibranium. Just kidding. Like a mind made, um, having a mind like adamant and giving rebirth for immortality to the whole number of her sons. She implored them and urged them. She's like, you can do it. Who's gonna die first? Yeah, I'm rooting for number 7. Right. I don't know. It was like a race. He makes it sound like a race. Right? She's like, yeah, you can do it. I'm so sorry. Oh, mother, soldier of God in the cause of religion. I don't know this. But there's a song by Abby the Spoon Lady and Chris Rodriguez called Soldier in the Army of the Lord. Man, she plays the spoons and he's got a drum on his foot and a harmonica attached to his hat and then a guitar. I'm telling you what, that shit blew my fucking mind. I listen to that song every day. I haven't in a couple days because I was listening to Cannibal Corpse. I fucking love Cannibal Corpse. And anyway, Chris Rodriguez and Abby the Spoon Lady, soldier in the army of the Lord. She has a bunch of good ass fucking songs. There's another one with her and Chris Rodriguez. It's called Angels in Heaven. That's a great one too. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading. I could go on for music for days. O mother, soldier of God, in the cause of religion, you mean for the law, elder and woman, by steadfastness, you have conquered even a tyrant, and in word and deed, you have proved more powerful than a man. Yes, A to the man, brother. Yeah, that's what you do. For when you and your sons were arrested together, because, you know, you guys are awesome. A family that prays together stays together. You stood and watched Eleazar being tortured and said to your sons in Hebrew. I thought she only said this to the youngest one, but apparently she's saying to all of it. My sons, noble is the contest to which you will be called to bear. Uh, 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 uh. My sons, noble is the contest to which you are called to bear witness for the nation. Fight zealously for our ancestral law. It would be shameful if, while an aged man endures such agonies for the sake of the law, you, young men, were to be terrified by the tortures. Remember that it is through God you have had a snare in the world and have enjoyed life. Share in the world. And therefore, you ought to endure any suffering for the sake of God. For his sake, also for Abe, who was jealous to sacrifice his son Isaac. That's right. Yep, that's right. And do you think this is what they were talking about? This might have been, because this did happen. Isaac, the ancestor of our nation. And when Isaac saw his father's hand wielding a knife and descending upon him, he did not cower. Now, we don't know that. We don't know that because God was like, chill out, dude. Daniel, the righteous, was thrown into the lions. Yeah, but the Pharaoh could have saved him. He just chose not to. And Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael were hurled into the fiery furnace and endured for the sake of God. Is this it's damn it. Was this their names? Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. No, it was Mishael, Meshach, and Abednego. What the fuck? I don't know. You too must have the same faith in God and not be grieved. It is unreasonable for people who have religious knowledge not to withstand pain. Who have religious knowledge. So, who follow the law not to withstand pain. By these words, the mother of the seven encouraged and persuaded each of her sons to die than violate God's commandment. She's like, don't break the rules or I'm calling your father. They knew also that those who die for God live to God. So, die to God to live to God. Or just live to God. Hashtag live to God. As do Abe, Isaac, and Jake. Hold on. They also know those who die for God live to God, as do Abe, Isaac, Jake, and all the patriarchs. Interesting, very, very interesting. All right, tomorrow morning we finish the book. We finish it tomorrow morning. Yeah, awesome. We're like a little bit late. So, thank you for hanging out with me. It was totally awesome. We had so much fun. Hey, Super! Do you want to come say bye? Super don't want to say bye because she's a dick. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you took your pills. I love you and have the greatest day ever.